What's up, everybody?
Marriage out loud. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been a minute. Been how many years?
No, it's not been a couple. Just
Heather.
two.
2 years since we recorded that last one. And the last episode we recorded was called The Undertaker. You remember that?
Wait a minute. I mean, you act like you're a fan. Have you been listening?
No, I have been listening. I have been. And I've been paying attention to what we've been doing.
Okay.
And it's been a long gap.
It's been a long gap. Why do we keep starting and stopping?
Because we the Undertakers of the podcast industry.
I mean,
we keep rising back to the but we got to quit rising.
We got to go. No,
we got to stay resurrected.
We got to stay.
We got to stay resurrected. Because at the end of the day, people gonna get tired of coming and going. So listen,
That's
we
true.
back though. This is the dope thing. We back and we better than ever. And I'm gonna tell you why we're back and we're better than ever.
Why are we back?
Because if you look right now, we are live in Bentonville, Arkansas.
We're not live.
Oh, we're not. We're live right now. Now when they see it, it ain't gonna be live.
It ain't gonna be live.
But we live right now.
No, we're live.
We in Bentonville, Arkansas,
Yes.
live from the Marriage Out Loud Studios.
AKA the Ledger. So
Hey.
there's that.
Shout out to the legend.
Shout out to the
But we in the
legend.
studio. What we not doing in 2025.
Speak things as if they were.
Yes, that's correct. But what we're not doing,
we're not
coming to you live from the kitchen on Facebook.
He always was so upset that we did our podcast at our house.
Man.
Why
Well,
is that a thing? Why is that a thing?
Because I got tired of just looking like we was in the hood.
We didn't look.
We looked like we was in the hood.
Now, you know why I'm strongly taking offense, which is on our goal list this year to not do.
Right.
But
We'll talk about that later.
But I just felt it because, as we all know, this one here is just the star.
Who? Me?
He just showed up. He didn't touch a video, record a video, get the audio, set up the lights, cameras,
I sat in the trailer.
edited.
I sat in my trailer.
He did nothing. He literally
Loved
would
every
sit on
bit
the
of
couch
it.
and go, "So we ready?
Yeah.
Give me a water, babe. Give me a water."
Yeah. Stretching.
Every time.
Everything.
So you telling me that all of my hard work for over 10 plus years for that podcast was hood?
No, what I said was the environment was hood.
So
the way that we looked was hood. The setup was hood. Baby, you ain't hood. Now, you a little ratchet. You got a little ratchet in you. That's why I married you.
First of all, it was nothing hood and nothing ratchet about the podcast. Everybody enjoyed the podcast in our living room. Now, we did have that one microphone for a couple years.
Right. We had one microphone. We had to sit in the middle, and we both sat on a bench. Both our backs ate up by the time the
So
day
what? People enjoyed it.
But regardless, we're back.
We're back. That's all that to say.
And we got comfortable chairs.
And we got comfortable chairs.
And we got a producer by the name of Travis.
Man,
We
Travis Smith production.
We call him TP.
TP.
Not that type of toilet paper. We call him TP. TP, are you with me? And as long as we got TP with us, we going to be all right.
Are you with me?
We're going to give y'all some behind the scenes of TP.
Yes.
You're going to see the beautiful setup that we got.
It's awesome.
Yes,
Again,
ma'am.
shout
Yeah,
out
so
to
we're
the
back,
legend.
man, and we're excited to be here. A lot of things has changed, really, since we even did the last episode.
Yes.
We gotten older.
I know. No, you're not.
I'm 42
You're
now.
already going to start.
No, I'm not going to start nothing.
You're already starting.
I'm just telling you, we've gotten older.
Why are you going? That's going to be the first thing you talk about is the fact that we got older because you know I'm older than you.
Well, baby, but you don't look older than me.
And we all know that.
Black don't crack, baby. You look good. I ain't gonna lie. I look like I'm 76 and I'm 42.
Correct.
You look like you 21 going on 22.
And
But you
know
older
this.
than me.
And
But let the record show you are older than me, and that's okay. I like that. I like old women. I love old women. Ain't nothing wrong with having an old woman in your life. You experienced. You know what I'm saying? You can teach me some stuff. You can be like, look, Mike, I did that back 10 years ago. I'm 10 years ahead of you, Mike. I'm 10 years ahead of you.
Get on my nerves.
You understand?
I'm experienced.
You experienced.
I'm experienced.
Yeah,
Okay, whatever. I'm
yeah. I ain't
experienced.
got to worry about it. I can call you. I ain't got to go to Google. I just go to Heather. I ain't got to go to no Google. I just go to Heather. I just text you. I text you my question. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What you think? So instead of me going to Google, I just go to text message.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
Yeah, but that's
Good.
communication.
It's wisdom.
It's wisdom.
I'm wise.
And you've prepared the way. You was a trailblazer. Now, if I'd have married me a little young thing, she could hit me up, and I ain't gonna know what to do for her.
Not a thing. You wouldn't know.
No, I'm like, girl, you ain't ready for that.
You ain't ready.
And that's all I said. You ain't ready for that.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere else with older.
Oh, you talking about because you in perimenopause?
The fact.
See, a lot has happened since the last episode. A lot has been going on. Where my camera? My camera right here. A lot has been happening in this house. Not only has our son gotten older, Isaac, he's 14 going on 28.
Yes.
Heather is in perimenopause. And I'm telling y'all, it throw the whole house off. No. You laughing, I'm being serious. I'm over here, I'm freezing my tail off in the bed every night. I'm cold. You sitting talking, I'm hot, I'm sweating, I'm doing this. I'm sitting over here, I got on 30 blankets, over here like I'm in Alaska, like I live in an igloo.
Yes.
Eskimo status.
Yes.
And you sitting over talking about, I'm hot, don't touch me.
No, here's the
I'm
thing.
sweating.
Here's the thing. The things that women do, the way that we put our bodies on the line, the
For
children that we have, the
Man.
way that we care for people. 40s, it's your time, ladies. Take it back.
Man.
Take the thermostat back.
Man.
What won't happen
What's going
is
on?
you ain't turning off my fan.
Well, no, I'm not. But
There's
that's
a
the thing.
0% chance.
See, last night, y'all, just to be honest with you, I'm laying in the bed. I try to prepare the way when it comes to the bedroom. I'm just going to be honest with you. I try to prepare the way. I be trying to have things set up so that way.
What? No. What have you ever prepared? Because there's nothing prepared.
Well, I'm finna tell you.
Okay.
So we got this new bed called a sleep number, right?
Yeah.
And we get to have it my side the way that I like my side.
Right.
The number you got on your side is your number.
It's my number.
And I cannot lay on your side.
Correct.
I cannot. It's just not going to work.
Okay.
You can't lay on my side
Nope.
of the bed.
0%.
So what you'll do and what I'll do sometimes, and 100% of the time it's you, if I'm just being honest with you, is you will set those foot warmers on that bed.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
But what I'll do is I'll try to run in there and get in the bed real quick and cut on the fan, hoping that you forget about the ceiling fan. And
I
I'll be in
noticed
it,
that.
and it'd be freeze. And then Heather get in the bed, lay down in the bed, and then be talking about, oh, I forgot something. And I'm like, what you forget? You be like, oh, you know what I forgot because you didn't do it. You didn't hit the ceiling fan. And then I got to sit there and freeze.
Exactly. Husbands, turn on a ceiling fan. It'll go far.
Well, especially if
It'll
your
go
wife
far.
is going through perimenopause.
And
I still don't, it's almost like a tongue twister, perimenopause.
Well, it's because of your list.
I do got a list.
Correct. Listen, what perimenopause does is it sneaks up on you. Perry come to your house, didn't tell you he was coming.
You nicknamed him Perry?
His name's Purr.
Oh, Lord, geez.
And it's not Perry. It's not Perry. It's Purr. Purr.
Spell that.
Perimenopause. P-E-R-I.
Oh, that's how you spell it for real?
Mm-hmm. Purr.
Okay.
Purr show up to the house and try to tell you that your emotions is going wild. Try to tell you that you hot all the time. Try to add some weight to you, and you ain't ate nothing but a cracker.
Man.
Try to do all this, but no.
Why you had to pick a cracker?
Well, apparently.
Why you got to pick a cracker?
Because we eat crackers
I'm
all
your number
the time.
one cracker.
You my number one
I'm your
cracker.
number one saltine, baby.
Listen, ladies, get your hormones checked. That's going to be my last thing. Just get your hormones checked because you don't know what's going on.
So, something that we did, which was really dope, it's the first time we always say, especially me, I'm going to start off with me, we always say that we're going to write down the vision for our families for 2025. And this is something that I would recommend all of you families, husbands, wives, especially if you got kids, even if you don't have kids. Like, write a vision board, write a vision down for your family.
Yeah.
Fellas, get with your wives get with your husbands, kids, get with your kids, you know what I'm saying? And you guys think about what it is that you have and what you want to see happen for your family for 2025 and what you believe in God for 2025. Yeah. And what I want you to do, because the Bible talks about writing it down and making it plain.
Yeah.
Writing the vision down, making it plain. And I want you guys to truly, truly think about it and actually write down 10 things that you believe for your family. We can keep it simple. We ain't got to go hard. You ain't got to do that.
Lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah, I thought about it.
But I'm just saying, if you got a man and a woman, and you got all these kids, I think you could come up with. Yeah. So my point is, this year we did something. I'm just recommending this to everybody else: is that write a vision down for your family, and you can make one for yourselves as individuals as well. But what that does is it gives you direction. It gives you a sense of just like visual things that you can see, that you can work towards every day.
Yeah.
And so this is the first time that we've actually, as a family, done this. And it was really dope.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And I appreciate you being open to doing that because, again, you know, when you sit down, man, like, you think it's going to be real easy, but you sit there and you start thinking about things, you start talking things through with your spouse, with your kids, and you realize, like, you actually learn some stuff, too. You know what I mean? About the other one, the things that mean more things to them than what you might have thought, or some things that may not have meant as much as you thought.
Yeah, yeah.
But what's cool is as a unit, it actually gives you all something to look to shoot for together, rather than just shooting in the dark and saying 2025, this my year, new me, new year, new you, and coming up with all these phrases. You actually are coming up with a game plan. You're coming up with a roadmap.
Yeah.
And as long as you see it, your brain and your mind is automatically going to work towards something rather than just existing. So this is the year that me and Heather decided, all that to say, to write the vision down, make it plain.
Yeah.
Not just for us as a marriage, as a family, but for our son, what he wants. And then we actually pray over it every day. We actually got it in the living room where we can see it every single day. And that's really dope. I'm really grateful that we're doing that. And so what do you feel like that's done for us so far? Even though we're only on just a couple of days into the new year.
Yeah. I think that it gives you a North Star, like you said, and knowing like where you're going. And I think it reminds you of the things that are important, which for us, I think we definitely love God, and we want to love God and love people well. We want to not be short with each other. I think a lot of times you give the best outside of your home, and then you get home and you feel like you let your hair down.
That was number one.
What?
Wasn't that number one? It's to please God and all the things that we do.
Yeah, it's to love God with all our heart and love our neighbor as ourselves.
And then number two was to assume good intent.
Yes, to like not be unoffended. To be unoffendable.
Not to be easily offended. That was number two.
Yeah, not to be easily offended.
And that one right there is the one. Obviously, number one is that we want to honor God in all that we do.
Yes.
Right? Please Him. But the second thing, because we are married, is that I don't want to be easily offended.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of our issues in marriage comes from a place of offense.
Yes.
And we become easily offended. And then that offense takes on a whole nother life. Because what happens is when you are offended, and I'm going to speak on behalf of me, is that I'm really dope at when I'm offended, I can write some Hollywood scripts in my brain.
Yes, you can.
I can write some movies, and I'm placing you as the character in this movie.
The villain.
Why you call it the villain? Not always.
Well, you're using us.
But from offense. But what I'm saying is, and then you're not living up to that role per se in my brain. And then what it does is it just bleeds into other things, and then you become offended by everything. And then me not thinking good of you, right? Because I'm coming from a different place. It just rolls into everything. Everything starts to just feel like it's just snowballing.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's really the one I'm really, truly, truly going to try to master in 2025 is not be easily offended.
Well, Uncle Jesse just got married.
Shout out to Uncle Jesse.
That's Mike's
Shout out
brother,
to my sister-in-law, Jalissa, my new
and
sister-in-law.
so they got married, and Pastor Lucas did the wedding, and he said something that was really profound. And he said, "Work to outserve each other, like outserve each other. Let your marriage to outserve each other." And when I think about that, I think about how am I prioritizing what Mike needs and what Mike wants, and how can I make this space harmonious for him? And why, I'm like, Isaac, pick this up. Your dad doesn't like to come home to stuff everywhere. He likes to come home from work and kind of have a peaceful atmosphere. He told me that when we first got married. So my goal for almost 20 years is not to let him walk into a war zone, because
and I appreciate that.
You're
doing great.
He asked for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then, what does he do for me in that same way? And how do you outserve your spouse?
What do I do? Give him an example how I outserve you. Give him an example. I know you got a whole bunch of them. I know that list long. It's like Santa Claus list. He checking his list. He checking it twice. She's still checking out that list. All right. Where'd it go?
What?
Oh, so you winning right now? You winning the serve channel. You out serving me right? I would say you winning. I'd say, but we close.
You know what though? You know what you did the other day?
What'd I do? Tell me.
You blessed me.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna shout it out, because I don't want you to not think that you're not working.
Well, I never thought that. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know I've been out there holding it down. I'm just being honest. I ain't one second did I even think that I ain't been serving. I'm just gonna be. I know that was when you just wanted to add some dramatic music. Now I don't want you to think that you ain't been doing nothing.
Now, what
right.
I want to make sure to make clear to every man is that going to work and making a living doesn't mean you're serving.
No, for sure. That's what you have to do.
Okay. Because a lot of times, sometimes men just go to work and work hard all day and be like, well, I've been at work all day. You take care of the kids. 2 people made those children.
That's right.
And so you can't just check out when you decide to come home and because you've given everything away to everyone else. You can't check out.
That's right.
When the people that you say that you're working hard for these people,
right.
you don't give them any time. So now you're just working to provide, and you're providing money.
Right.
You're not providing a relationship. And most kids ain't going to remember the Nike tech or the video game or the whatever. They're going to... Isaac will remember the 1v1 that you do with him.
Oh, Lord, every day.
That is the only thing he's going to remember. He's going to be like, my dad did a 1v1 with me, and that's what we did.
Man,
my mom rode
that.
bikes with me. Every time I asked her to ride a bike, she got on the bike, even when she didn't feel like getting on the bike.
Right.
It's like he's not going to remember, my mom cooked me, or she got this or that.
So just so I understand what you're saying,
what am I saying?
Is that fellas, don't think for 1 second, just because you're bringing home some money, that's the end all be all.
Yes, because most likely in a lot of houses, the wife is doing the same.
And 100%, we definitely live in a society where it's not just the man only bringing home the money and the wife sitting at home cooking and coming up with recipes.
Right.
It's definitely a 2 household income. 2025.
But sometimes
for sure.
But sometimes the mentality is still very much like, well, I did this.
But they need to go. They need to go back to the 50s.
Do that.
That's what they're gonna have to do.
It's
that
a partnership. I think, especially when one is carrying, and if you are blessed to be a stay-at-home parent, that still isn't her only thing either. Like 100%. She still needs to be watered. That's my new thing to tell Mike all the time. Like, I'm in my soft girl season, tissue paper, soft.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, but like, because I really want to be nurtured, and but not nurtured in that way, but like watered. I say, water me,
and that's want me to water all the time. So I've been shooting at her. I got a little water gun. I've been shooting. I've been keeping her watered.
I can't.
I keep her watered.
What I want to say.
Got to keep the water on.
But I won't. But I won't. I hope.
No. We ain't gonna do it. But you're right, because over the years, just speaking from a personal standpoint, is that, especially us that are in entrepreneurship, you're never off the clock.
True.
Now I will say, you choose to not be off the clock too, though.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Very
like so,
much.
Somebody that owns a couple businesses, you own a couple businesses. We just grind, right? We give our best to everybody outside. We give them our best energy, our best smiles, our best tones.
Yes.
And then, you know what I'm saying, when we come home, we're just so drained.
Yeah.
But it's not an excuse. So it's like you can't give everybody everything and then come home and you ain't got nothing to give to your wife or to your kids.
Yes, that's
because at the end of the day, they don't care nothing about what you just did at work. They don't care who you just connected with. No. They don't care the money you just made. All I know is my husband or my dad is acting a certain type of way towards me. Yeah. And they don't care. And I think the worst thing is whenever you have your family and you go out and about and everybody else sees you, and then the family sees how your energy is towards maybe like your customers or somebody out there. Oh. And then when you with them, they're like, yo, how come she don't?
I know we both have done that.
Oh, absolutely.
I know we both.
So
are guilty
I like
of
what
that.
you're saying. It's just about like, hey,
so true.
Give me what you give them, but I want more. So when you come home, it ain't no excuse for you just to sit there and and give me your leftovers and the crumbs.
Yes.
You want the full course meal.
I want all that meal.
And I'm gonna give it all to you.
All of it.
I'm gonna give you and Isaac everything and me all the good stuff.
All of it.
And you too. And everybody listening to this podcast.
Yes.
You want to give the best to your family.
You want to give the best, and you want to make a decision. Like it's not like, well, I'm trying, or I don't know where to start. It's just to make a decision, decide. Yeah. Like, in your heart what your spouse has been asking for, because people are vocal. They tell you in a number of ways of what they need. So just work on one thing.
And back to what we were saying is that the vision.
Yes.
Right. The vision for your family, for your wife, for your kid, for your husband.
Yeah.
If you guys are in alignment, these things will happen. Mm-hmm. 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 They're going to happen.
And because we have it in front of us and we see it every day, I don't have an excuse to be offended. Like I literally have been holding my tongue or counting or breathing. So that I don't, because I'm trying to get that offense. I'm trying not to let it get into my heart, but I still need a second sometimes.
Man, and that's really, them things be burning me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
When I'm breathing?
Oh my God. Y'all, when I tell y'all, and again, I know she processing, but fellas, can y'all feel me on this? You could be sitting there talking to your wife. No, for real. And again, this is me being respectful, right? But I'm just letting my internal thoughts be external. I don't even know what word I'm looking for. But man, like, these women got these tools, right? Well, I'm gonna say my woman. I ain't got none of these women. I got one woman, right? And she's been doing really good with her tools, and I really love that she's doing good with her tools, right? And so what she'll do is when I make her mad, and it just makes me mad when I make her mad, and it sounds so counterproductive. It sounds so dumb, but when I make her mad, she'll be doing this. And then she'll be like, wait a minute, hold on, I'm breathing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Doing all this stuff. And I'm just like, why are you doing all that? But really, she doing all that so she don't flip out on me.
Yeah.
And so I got to get out of my feelings that I put you in your feelings.
Yes.
And now you over here counting and breathing and you praying and talking to God. And I'm just like, ooh, I done made it so mad you talking to God.
Well, a lot of the times when we get mad at each other, it really has nothing to do with the other person. It's some deep wound that we haven't addressed. Like it's something that really is a lot deeper, and the other person might not even caught that they rubbed up against it. So sometimes my processing, I'm trying not to always be happy when I don't need to always be happy and joyful for people to love me. This is my new revelation.
Okay.
So
say that again.
I don't always need to be happy and joyful for people to love me.
Okay, that's good.
So when I feel an emotion and something is coming in, normally I would just stuff it or push it to the side. Now, when it's coming to me, I try to process, why am I feeling this way? Whoa, where's that emotion coming from? Okay, when I get to the root of it, then I can just cast it down and be like, oh, that's a stupid thought.
Right.
Like that has nothing to do with him. That has something to do with my dad.
Right.
That has something to do with something that he didn't do.
Right.
And then that way I can remove the situation. But if I don't count and I'm just responding to you because you just rubbed up against it, well, we fighting.
Yeah, because you a gangster.
Timberlands.
I done married a gangster. You done got them Timbos on. But I mean, you've always been a walking Timberland. You have always been a walking Timberland. You did not need them. I'm just telling you, because them Timberlands, you've always been a walking Timberland.
With you
I swear to God.
dumb.
I swear to God, you have been a walking Timberland our whole marriage. But that's the thing I like about you. Because like I say, the thing I love about you, Heather, is I know without a shadow of a doubt, let somebody pull up on me right now. You're going to jump in front of me. You're going to be ready to fight.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
I need
I
a
would die for
bodyguard.
you.
I need a bodyguard.
I would die for you.
And
I would put myself in front of you, yes.
Girl, listen,
Facts.
I got some neighborhoods we need to go to. They owe me some money, and I need you to roll with me, and I need you to be the walking Timberland, and I need you to go on there and take back what the enemy stole from me. And you're going to be the one. You're going to be the one to do that. That's what I got you on the team for. God knew. God good. God is good.
This has been a great show, longer than
This the intro. God, this is the intro.
This is the intro. I wonder if it's 2 parts. It could be 2 parts. We have no idea.
This is listen, let's land the plane, right?
Let's land the plane.
Guys, listen, we are back.
We are back. For real this time.
For real. We acting dumb
Travis
on this episode. We got
Travis.
We got TP. We got TP, the producer. We live, y'all. And
not live.
We live right now. We live. We just not gonna be live when they hear it. That's all I'm saying.
Though.
But my point is this: is that what we really want to do is bring value to y'all this year. What we really want to do is bring substance to y'all this year. We want to bring the comedy. We want to bring the word. We want to bring all that. But at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that in this time that we are spending with each other on these podcasts, that you leave with something.
Yes.
And that you leave with something that you can put into action steps before the next episode. We want to leave, because again, just listening to stuff is cool, but faith without what? It's works. Faith without works is what's dead, the Bible says. And so we want to make sure that y'all just ain't getting a good laugh and then you don't even know what you laughed about. You ever been to church when you hear one of them good sermons?
Yeah.
You be sitting there jumping up and down, running around, da-da-da-da. As soon as you walk out the church service, somebody say, man, what do you preach about? You be like, man, I don't know, but boy, we sure felt good.
Yeah.
Man, we sure did do this. But the thing about it is that we want to leave y'all with application, something to do, action. And so what I want every one of y'all to do that's listening to this, if I'm just being honest with you, is I want you to sit down with your husbands. Wives, I want you to get your husbands. And I want y'all to get your kids. And I want y'all to write down a vision for your family for 2025. Right? And again, this is what 2 things I want to ask you to do. Is I want you guys 3 things. 1, to pray. Right? 2, write down your goals for your family. Goals that you know that you can do. Right? And then 3, I want you to have 1 God goal. That you know without God, this thing is not going to happen. And I want you to believe every single day. I want you to look at that every single day. And I want you to believe that God is going to give me the energy, the strength, the connections to do what I want to do, what I'm capable of doing. But I'm also believing God for these things that it's going to take him to do it. Yeah. And I promise you, by the end of 2025, you're going to start seeing God do some things in your marriage, with your kids, with your relationships, in your professional lives. Yeah. And when you look back on it, you're going to be like, dang, that was dope. Because, again, you got to write the vision down and make it plain. Yeah. Make it plain. Don't write it in Braille. Don't write it in a different language. Write it down. Make it plain. Make it easy. And then look at it every day and make it happen. I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad to be back, too.
I'm glad to be back. I know we was all over a little bit on this
I'm just going to add one more thing.
Do that.
I want you guys to follow us.
Yeah.
Go to marriageoutloud.com. Yeah. Old episodes are there.
Yeah.
But also follow us on Instagram at Marriage Out Loud. You can go like the page, Marriage Out Loud on Facebook. Yes. We're not on the Tickety Talk yet, but I'm sure Travis will make us.
We're going to be on that Tickety Talk.
I don't know what might not be here.
We sound old saying it like we on that Tickety Talk.
We're on that Tickety Talk.
And I'm going to tell y'all something right now. I'm going to go ahead and make this known on the first episode before we leave. Is that we are going to do a live and in-person event this year in 2025.
Yes, we will. It's going to be fire.
I'm just letting y'all know that's a God goal.
Yes, that's a God goal.
For our podcast to see all of y'all in person.
Yes. Thank you guys for listening.
MarriageOutLoud.com.
Hey.
Share this thing. We back.
Let's go.
Why is it that only with you things always go wrong?
TP, are you with me? And as long as we got TP with us, we going to be all right.